Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral. We have with us Riya Singh, technical analyst, Currencies, joining in. Riya, welcome to the show. Let's start with what's happening with the dollar. Clearly, the Fed has maintained a positive tone with its policy meet, on the back of which you have the dollar index, which has breached levels of 90. What's the kind of trend you're expecting with regards to the dollar index on the back of the comments that have come out from the FOMC?
Uh, See, Hiral, if you look at the statements that was released by the Fed, now we were expecting a huge package and everything, but I think the overall look at that the Fed has taken with this policy is very dovish, and Powell has maintained an optimistic view with respect to the COVID-19 case crisis, as well as he has pledged support in the future. But as expected, there was more incline with respect to with respect to the quantitative easing rather than coming out with a decision on the whole fiscal package, which he has said that it will, the central bank will continue with the purchase of $120 billion with respect to the bond and such. So quantitative easing will be coming forward with respect to the asset purchase and bond purchase from the central bank. What the Fed has done into his statement is they have uh, uh, improved their forecast with respect to the second half of the coming financial year. So they are quite positive that things will improve with respect to the economic numbers, and there will be a pickup that will happen. So this positivity, I think, is not reflected quite into the dollar strength, and the momentum of the support that was expected from the overall Fed was not much. And the statement that they have released is just with respect to the forecast improvise on the forecast with respect to the economic numbers and the quantitative easing, whereas the issues such as depression and interest rate is still not tackled with. So they are going forward with getting the interest rate very minimum, and this is what pushing the strength of the dollar down. And I think for the coming session, it will remain below. We just spoke on, in the previous session that dollar can reach $90, the 90 level mark, and the same did happen today. So we are quite, at least I'm quite bearish on the dollar outlook in the coming days, and I think it will remain under pressure and it will trade in red. A turnaround can happen, but it will be a very small and momentum take towards 90, 90, 50. But I'm quite bearish on the dollar in the coming days.
Right, so that's with regards to where the dollar index is concerned. Moving ahead, you have the pound as well, which has risen to a 2.5 year high against the dollar. What, according to you, should be watched out for with regards to the pound from here on?
See, the the major headlines that everyone should right now watch out is with the happening of the Brexit, because we are into a final decision phase. There will the major the push that is coming forward is the positivity that is coming from the Brexit talks. They are on to the signing deals, and if the events play out as we expect, and the trade deal does happen on January 1st, pound will skyrocket. I mean, quite positivity can come in into the pound, and even today the positivity that we have seen, the continued positive, we have been on a pound to be long for quite some time. And I think if the event with respect to the Brexit plays out into the favor of signing a deal, pound can continue with its longest trend, and there will be quite a premium that can happen at least for some time towards like 100, levels, and then the risk premium will unwind. But obviously, this is yet to be seen. And the next boost that is coming forward for the pound is obviously with respect to the Bank of England, the central bank, their decision that will come forward later into the afternoon with respect to the pace of their quantitative easing and how much package are they gonna provide. There is an estimation of 150 billion pound package that can come forward into this Bank of England decision. The central bank can come forward with it, and plus there is a whole aspect that is revolving around negative rates, at least for the coming financial year from the central bank. So this is what boosting into the pound strength right now. And once the decisions come forward with respect to the pound package and such, some unwinding can happen. But overall, I think pound can rise towards even breach the 100.22 is a major resistance into the pound right now. So that is the level that we can see pound rising into the domestic pair in the coming session.
Right. So similarly, then how would you advise someone to look at the euro, taking into consideration that Brexit deal is somewhere progressing on the positive end?
See, the major hurdle that the Brexit right now is facing is with respect to the fishing right. And fishing right is a topic, is an issue, or you can say a barrier that has been faced since the Brexit talks started off. And when we heard the ECB president talking out on the same issue, she has stated that this hurdle is something that they have come in terms with. Even the Prime Minister, the UK Prime Minister Johnson, has come forward and is making positive statement with respect to the same. Obviously, this is what has boosted into the euro as well. You know, the whole positivity around the euro is with respect to the Brexit, and then both the parties coming in terms with the fishing rights. Though a confirmation has not been given, but the market is definitely taking into a bullish sentiment with respect to this, and there is a hope that the EU will be, will reach some sense, and there will be some trade accord that can happen. Uh, so all this is with respect to the positivity and hope revolving around this major hurdle, and this is yet to be seen. We are past the December 15 uh, 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 line that there was for the Brexit, but obviously the talks have extended, and we are quite looking forward with the decision that will come forward on the Jan 1st. So I think till then there will be the positivity will be fueled into the euro and pound as well.
Right. And very lastly, with this, Riya, if you see with what's happening to the Indian rupee as well, what's your outlook on the Indian rupee?
I think there was there was an operation twist that was scheduled for today, and the RBI has not bought any of the bonds in that operation twist. I think this is what the short term upward that is there into the rupee that we are seeing in the weakening of the rupee. Overall, I think there is just an unwinding of the bearish that is happening, and a small profit taking that is happening into the rupee right now, and we are seeing some quite green tick uh, in the trading session today. But I think if the dollar index remains under pressure and there is no RBI intervention or the state bank intervention uh, hap- takes place, I think it can test 73.25, 73 levels into the coming session. I think this is just a small profit taking that is happening into the rupee right now. And we were quite, taking into this consideration also, because 73.50 was a major support into the rupee, and it did breach today, but there is a turnaround that has happened. This is a small profit taking, and uh, I'm not seeing this sustaining into the coming session. It can test 73, 75, 73, 80 max, and rupee can again go on with its bearish tone into the coming session. So on a longer term, I'm quite bearish under the rupee right now, and 73.25, 73 levels is what I'm considering for a longer positional call.
Right. So, with all of this, Shreya, what would be the strategies that you would recommend?
I think if in the trading session there is a support of 99.85 right now into the pound, and if the close happens around the same and the pound sustains that support, we can definitely go long into the pound for a target of 100.25, maintaining a stop loss of 99.70. The same is with respect to the euro as well. You can definitely go long. Uh, in the right now, it's trading at around 90 levels, and 90.07 is a resistance into the intraday session. If the pair breaches 90.07 into the coming days, the target that you can keep into the euro as a positional call will be 90.25, 90.53 with a strict SL of 89.75. So above 90.7, you can go long into the euro for a target of 90.25, 90.50 with a stop loss of 89.75. Uh, yen is showing quite a strong hold today, and if look for a closure above 71.40 for going long into the yen into the coming days, because yen becomes a second safe haven after the dollar, and dollar is not doing much as a safe haven right now. So the next flow that can come is into the yen. So 71.55 is what I'm looking on the chart. 71.55, 71.65. So go long above 71.40 for a target of 71.55, 71.67 with the strict stop loss at 71.20 into the yen.
Right. In fact, there was a query coming in with regards to the Japanese yen versus the rupee as well. So, when that's answered, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Ria, for joining us on the show. Thank you, participants, as well. I hope your queries are answered, and we will see you back again on Tuesday next week. Thank you.